California.
And thank you to Madam Chair for allowing me to participate, and thank you to the Ranking Member for supporting that request. And as others have stated, my prayers and wishes go out to the families of Malaysia Flight 370. But as we have often learned from aviation disasters, if there is any hope that has come out of it, it is that we learn a lot about our own security and how to make passenger safety much better. And I also want to note that we did, Ms. Jackson-Lee and I, and Chair Miller and Hudson, submit a letter to the Departments of Homeland Security and State, and we both we appreciate the swift response that we received back. Also, I am working on legislation with Senator Schumer on the Senate side to create an incentive for countries to use this SLTD database, which is that if they don't, we simply won't issue them visas. And I hope that I can work with the Chair and the Ranking Member on such legislation. Now, Mr. Burson, you alluded to North America as being a concern, and that's my concern as well, because I believe that the countries we should principally be tracking are ones who have airports near our borders. For example, in my colleague's district, he has Juarez, Mexico, which has a large international airport. In San Diego, you have Tijuana, just to the south. In Washington State, you have Vancouver Airport, and of course in New York, Montreal and Toronto are not too far away. So my first question is, to what degree are our bordering countries to the north and south, Canada and Mexico, and then of course in the hemisphere, Panama and other countries, what percentage of passengers are being screened against the database traveling in and out of those countries?
So with regard to Mexico, the figure Mr. Wagner can confirm would be 100% in terms of people entering Mexico. People could then cross the border and come into the United States. With regard to Canada, the Canadians are fully cooperative with us. They screen. We're in discussions with them about the extent of the full screening. They do screen for their own citizens, and I think they, as a result of this incident, we will see a complete screening from our neighbors to the north.
So does that mean that a flight originating in Venezuela and landing in Mexico, 100% of the passengers would be checked against the database on that flight?
That's correct. With regard to the stolen and lost travel document database. Yes.
Is it, suppose, a flight originating from Germany and going to Vancouver, would 100% be checked on that flight?
Yes, with regard to against the Canadian database, yes, and against the SLTD, when there is a secondary inspection, there would be a complete check. And as I say, we're engaged, and Canada is engaged in seeing that what it can do to complete that cycle. With regard to just your point on North America, the reason I focus on North America, presumably as you, it's not just the neighboring airports as Juarez and El Paso, San Diego, Tijuana, Matamoros, and Brownsville, but it's people coming in from outside the hemisphere into Central America, for example, then traveling overland to the border. So it's important for us to actually look at this as a continental problem, not a national one. And I think President Obama, certainly in the Beyond the Border Action Plan with Prime Minister Harper and with Canada, recognizes perimeter security as a critical issue. And I believe our Mexican colleagues and partners share this notion of perimeter security on a continental basis.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Burson. Mr. Bray, we are beginning to learn about iCheckIt, which is a point-of-purchase program with Interpol. And what is the participation of U.S. airlines and hotels and other tourism companies right now as far as checking passports against Interpol's database at the point of purchase rather than 72 hours before the flight? And I'm just talking about the United States right now. Yeah.
Pardon me. Thank you. With respect to the United States, I would ask Mr. Wagner, I believe that all passports are being screened, not by the airlines necessarily at the point of purchase, but certainly by CBP in the United States. Domestic purchases is what we're referring to.
Right, but iCheck It is a program intended to have cooperation with the vendors, right?
Correct.
The airlines, the hotels.
Right. So with that, the relationship, that public-private partnership relationship exists in the U.S. and has existed for quite some time. And as a matter of fact, it's probably a model for the world. And it's one that we have taken to Interpol and the iCheck It working group. iCheck It is currently in a very developmental stage. Interpol is beginning to look at how to balance the requirements and the concerns of 190 countries with a public-private partnership. Having said that, the first models that have rolled out have been with hotels, I believe in Montenegro and Monaco, and they've seen successes there. They're now looking specifically, following the Malaysian airline disaster, at the transportation sector.
Right.
And
but is every purchase within the United States to travel outside the United States, or every purchase outside the United States to travel into the United States, checked against the database at the point of purchase, or is it checked closer to the departure or arrival of the flight?
And this will be the final question.
Thank you.
it can be they're checked when the tickets are purchased, and they're also checked at the counter when they're purchased.
100% of the time?
Inbound flights to the U.S., yes, 100% of the time.
Great. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much.